Our software, we use a hosted desktop for exactly the same reasons that James described. Now, we don't actually use James, lovely as he is, because we selected a supplier who knows about accountancy software, accountancy-specific software. So they have more clout with the software suppliers than James would, and you know more of the problems, things like that. So that might be a reason why you choose somebody. They are also UK-based, and their failover servers are in the UK because we need to comply with the Data Protection Act. You've already been through the other advantages of a hosted desktop in that people can work remotely. It means that we don't have a fear of employing somebody with young children. It's quite a high risk for a small business to employ somebody who might have to take a lot of time off looking after their children. But if they can work from home, if they can work remotely, it's not a risk. Okay, a sick child, you can't work 100% and look after a sick child, but you can mitigate the time. You know, a sick child just needs you there. Because we use a hosted desktop, we are quite dependent on the internet. It's a very important thing for us, and I noticed nobody asked James about anything on that. And of course, when I get all these people ringing me up, cold calling, trying to sell me IT support services, I go, well, I've got a hosted desktop. But what about if you lose your internet connection? Well, we have a hard decision to make. We can go across the road to the cafe opposite and eat cake while we use their internet connection. Or we can go half a mile up the road to the pub and use their internet connection. There are all sorts of places where internet is accessible. The free internet connections are slower, they're not as efficient, you might notice a difference, but it's not going to completely stop you working. So internet connection, you can work from home, you do lose the peer-to-peer support, but you also gain with other things. So it's all part of trusting your staff to actually work without you cracking the whip over them. But I would suggest if you've got that, if you need to do that with your staff anyway, you probably need to look at who you're recruiting.